So you want new construction in a golf community in Austin, Texas? Well, it's kind of like looking for oceanfront property in Arizona. Now, don't get me wrong, it exists, but it's very few and far between. And if you do find it, it's not at a very affordable price. But not to worry, I'm going to give you the lowdown on where it exists, how to find it, what to expect, and all things golf related so that you can decide if it's the right neighborhood for you. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, UT Golf alum and real estate pro. I've been helping people buy and sell in golf communities for over 15 years because you see, I don't just know the houses in the neighborhoods. I've walked every single fairway and I know these courses inside and out. So if you're looking about trying to match your lifestyle to a certain golf community, you're in the right spot. Now today we're going to talk about new construction and where you can find it. Let's get going. This video is your cheat code for the golf communities. We're going to cover where you can get new construction, where you can't, and the trade-offs that matter most when you're going for resale. So let's have a look. If you take a peek at this map right here, these are the new construction properties near Austin golf communities. None of these are even on the golf course, but this is all that exists as of right now today. And we were in the middle of February of 2026. We have one home up here by Great Hills. We have two out here by River Place. This is the M Signature little pocket community. We have one right over here by Austin Country Club. It is across the Highway 360, but it's very livable if you want to be a member of Austin Country Club. We have one over here in the Amarra section of Barton Creek. That's the Canyons golf course side. And we have one in Spanish Oaks. And that is it for the entire Austin area. I'm not talking about past Lakeway and out towards Fredericksburg. I'm just talking about the Austin area. So this is what makes living in a golf community in new construction so expensive. It's scarcity, supply and demand. So basically, all the golf courses in Austin are built out. All the lots are sold, all the houses have been developed, so finding new construction is kind of like finding a unicorn. The new developments solve that, and we're going to talk about that after we talk about these unicorns, but they're pricey because it's a huge supply packed up between a tiny little door. There aren't many new constructions in town, so people go a little bit further away. Think Travis Club, Loraloma, Driftwood. We'll cover those in a minute. So how do you find a new construction home in these well-established communities? Well, generally speaking, it takes place of a tear down or someone that's been holding on to a lot forever and they just decided it's time to sell. They're actually never going to build on it. You're going to see some new construction in places like Spanish Oaks and the Amarra development, or the Amarra section of Barton Creek, but they're custom homes for the most part. There aren't developers building spec homes on them. There aren't builders still there with an office where, you know, they're selling the lots and then you build on it later. Most of the lots, there are still some, especially in Spanish, but most of the lots have already been spoken for. They're individual owners and they decide to either keep them or you get lucky, they sell it and then somebody has that opportunity to buy the lot and build on it or put it up for sale. And that's how we have these available properties here. Let's have a look at them one by one and then we'll go into the larger communities where you can absolutely certainly get new construction. You're just going to be a little bit further away. Stick around, you don't want to miss those communities. So we're just going to make a little circle with these properties. We're going to start with this one here at Great Hills. It's not on the golf course, it's very near the golf course, but you can see this modern design here, the white limestone on the outside. 3,756 square feet, listed for $1,790,000. The way they found this, there was a little nook up on top of the hill. You can see they have big power lines up there. Nonetheless, they built it out. There's 6 or 8 units up there. This one is still available. We're gonna pop down south, right here west of 360. If we zoom in here, this is Austin Country Club right here. So I'll give you a view from the satellite. This is Austin Country Club golf course. You hop right over and we hit Bunny Run. This house, 5,443 square feet, quite a bit bigger, but also a larger price tag, $4,500,000. I'll show you a little bit of the interior just so you can get an idea. You're gonna have those huge lofted ceilings, architectural design touches all throughout with arched fairways, mixed textures, things like that. You know, on trend, new construction. And then to make things interesting, to show you what was there, this is the picture on Google Maps. And that is what happens. That's how you get a new construction near one of these older golf communities. Tear something down and build something back. Now we're following further down to the south, out directly to the west of downtown Austin. We're gonna come over here to Barton Creek and the Amarra property. The Amarra property, so Barton Creek has 4 golf courses, and two of them, the original, the Fazio Foothills and the Crenshaw Core. The Fazio Canyons is the very last course, the newest one, and it's about a 10-minute drive from clubhouse to clubhouse. Same road, same part of town. The communities touch each other, but the new section is called the Amarra section. And then that 4th course, of course, is out in Spicewood. So in the Amarra section, they are still building new here and there. So this one is even renderings. It's not far enough along to even have proper photos, but 3,510 square feet. You get it, 3,850,000. We pop back out here to the map. We're carrying towards the west out in our circle, and we go out to Spanish Oaks. Spanish Oaks still has some new construction. You can see it from the golf course. Again, remember, some of these are private custom homes being built, and just a few every now and then come up as these developer spec homes that just anyone can buy on the market. So this one's just shy of 5,000 square feet. Listed for $4,050,000, and I just have to look at this picture up close here because what a gorgeous sunset they have there with this negative edge pool. And there's the back of the house there. Spanish Oaks is known for that traditional Texas farmhouse style where you can see they've got these metal roofs, you've got stucco on the side, might have some limestone on the front, lots of glass, those indoor-outdoor spaces acting as one, and almost all of them have pools and views. Lastly, we're circling back up to the north. We're heading over to River Place, and we actually have 2 available in River Place because the M Signature Series, the Milestone Signature Series, actually found a little pocket that they could buy, so they have a few homes in there that they have built out. You can get almost 4,000 square feet for under $2 million. You get $1,849,990, and that one is just next door to this one here. Almost 5,000 square feet, $2,424,990. You can see that view out the back. Again, none of these properties are on the golf course. They're just near golf courses. They're in the communities, but not on the golf courses. And while we're talking about communities, let's talk about gated. Great Hill's not gated. Austin Country Club, the club itself is gated. The homes very near it are not. There are some gated pockets nearby. Barton Creek, gated pockets. The actual original country club is not gated because the Omni Hotel is there. Spanish Oaks, 24/7 manned security gate. River Place is not gated except for one little small pocket as well. So you really need to know if you want a gated community, which ones are, because less than half of them are actually gated with the golf course inside. So the number one mistake I see buyers doing is waiting for a new construction to pop up in these older communities. It's almost impossible. Remember I said unicorn earlier? I said it for a reason. It can happen, but it's not very likely. So if you want to be in these older communities, what you're going to need is you're going to need time. You're going to need a tear down budget. You're going to need builder access and, a bit of comfort with uncertainty because there's no guarantee one is going to pop up. But some people are willing to do it, ready to wait around, or happy to wait around, I should say, and therefore, good luck. Now let's go to the other side, the communities that have plenty of new construction. We're talking Travis Club, Loraloma, and Driftwood. I know, they're not in Austin, but they're Austin adjacent. We'll start with the closest and work our way out. So the closest right here is Travis Club. It's in Lakeway, right behind Rough Hollow. The closest to town, still part of Lake Travis ISD. The next closest is going to be Driftwood. It's in Driftwood, just to the southwest side of town. And then finally, our farthest out is going to be Loraloma, which can be found in Spicewood. These are all going to be master planned communities. Driftwood is already established. You can play golf. They've sold homes. There's already homes there. There's even resales there. Loraloma golf course is already open. We're February of 2026, but their infrastructure isn't in place. Travis Club, nothing is open yet, but both Loraloma and Travis Club have been at a neck and neck race to see who was going to be online first and who was going to get finished out first. The main differences between those are location and kind of how much you like to be in the city versus in the country. We'll go through those in a complete another video because that's a lot of detail and I certainly have it for you. If you want to know more, you can also comment below and I'll get with you directly. But for now, we're just talking about new construction in these 3 beautiful communities: Travis Club, Loraloma, and Driftwood. Keep in mind, in these communities, you have to own real estate in order to be a member in each club. And these are some of our highest membership clubs that we have. Driftwood being our highest at $250,000 initiation. Then we have Travis Club coming behind at $150,000, and same with Loraloma. Excuse me, Loraloma is $180,000. So Driftwood $250, Loraloma $180, Travis Club $150. For the moment, these are subject to change. Let's talk about the pricing and size differences for the lots in these communities, because if you're going to build new, then that is where you're going to start, and that's with the lot. Now, if you're going to buy a spec home, meaning you're going to buy a home that a developer is building to sell later, that's a different story. So in Travis Club, the lots run from about $650,000 to $3 million. In Loraloma, there's 2 different sections. In the Limestone Gulch, the lots run from $795,000 to $1.55 million, about 3/10 of an acre to 8/10 of an acre. And then in the Cliffside lots, it's $1.19 million to $1.7 million. And those are 4/10 of an acre to almost 1 full acre. The spec homes are only in the Limestone Gulch portion at this point, and they start at $2.25 million. Now we head over to Driftwood. The Driftwood property is by far the most expensive in town. The lots start at $2 million and go up to $6 million. Then you're going to have 3 styles of homes in there if you're not building custom for yourself, of course. You have cabins, villas, and the bungalows. So the bungalows are the smallest. They start around 3,500 square feet and they start about $5.5 million. You go up to the largest, which are the villas. They're around 5,000 square feet and they're about $8 million. Of course, custom estates are going to be more, but that gives you an idea of where the property pricing is going to be for these types of homes. So we've established you're the type of person that needs to have new construction. Maybe you want to build it yourself, or you want someone else to build it and you just buy it and move in your sofa. The pros and cons of that: the pros are you get to have exactly what you want. You get to have nice and new, no problems. If there are problems, they're under warranty for a while, and it's just kind of cool to have something that no one else has ever lived in. The cons are the timeline. You never know when it's going to be finished, especially if you're doing custom. Second, the communities aren't finished yet. Now I take that back. One of the 3 is. Driftwood is finished, so you can actually get the feel of what it's going to be like at Driftwood. But the other 2 aren't finished yet. So you're betting on kind of like what the developers are telling you it's going to be like. You don't know any other members. You don't know how the feel is going to be, the vibe and the ambiance. So, while it's projected to be really cool and super fun, you just don't quite know on the front end. And lastly, you're not sure exactly how that floor plan is going to live if you designed it yourself. But we all think, I've seen so many clients think that they know exactly what they want, and then they build it and they're like, that doesn't really work that well. We should have done it XYZ way. So maybe new construction that's already built might be the way to go. But if you want to put your stamp on it, your signature, and build new construction from scratch and customize it to a T, any 3 of these new neighborhoods will suit you just fine. So for every real estate purchase ever since the beginning of time, there's always trade-offs. Do you want to be closer to town? Maybe you have to get something that's not new. Do you have to have brand new home convenience? Maybe you have to go a little bit further away and have a longer commute. Are you looking for a country club vibe with a culture that's already established? Or are you going to bet on the future and put a little bit risk into it? Do you need to know now? You might need to go with one of the older legacy clubs. If you want something that's exciting and you really don't know how it's going to turn out, well then heck, go for one of those new communities and help create the vibe yourself. If you want a bit of more resale certainty, definitely go for one of those legacy clubs. Why? Well, in the new communities, first of all, they aren't even built yet, so you're already into the future before you're even living in it. So if plans change, time change, and you have to sell it early, soon, maybe even before it's complete, you're competing against other new construction. And a lot of times people buying in these neighborhoods, they want something exactly the way they like it. So it's really hard to convince someone to buy your idea when they could get their idea for a similar price. So overall, your older legacy clubs are going to win on proximity to Austin and established prestige. The new clubs are going to win on the new modern design, the more inventory, and the amenities. The new clubs have amenities galore. Think marinas, wellness centers, spas, even more so than those established clubs. And lastly, the newer communities have a higher buy-in cost because you've got a longer ramp to get to where you're even going to be living in the home. All right, now the practical part, what to do if you're looking to buy in 2026. You just have to pick your lane. Do you want something established, better proximity to town, or do you just really want something new? You're okay to wait and you're going a little bit farther from Austin. Here are 3 questions to help you figure it out. Number 1, how important is being 15 minutes from town versus 35 to 50 minutes? Number 2, do you really need turnkey new or can you renovate? Number 3, do you want a mature club or do you want to be early to a new one? Comment golf below your must-haves in your preferred commute town to Austin, and I'll send you to the right neighborhood. If you'd like to see some of these properties in person anytime, we're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. All you have to do is give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom call, and we will take care of you immediately. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. I can't wait to see you around town.